Hey, welcome back to Chasing Green. Today I want to take you along with me. Over this past week, we were chasing turkeys and we got after them pretty hard. Turned out pretty awesome. So this spring, I set out to kill my first turkey. I've been around turkey hunting a lot, filmed turkey hunts of turkeys getting killed, been in on turkeys getting killed, but I've never actually pulled the trigger on one myself. I just never got into it that hard. I was always a bass fisherman. Those things kind of conflict. When the bass are biting good, the turkeys are gobbling. But this year, I really wanted to get after them. So I decided to kind of take a trip and really put some time into it to put a gobbler on the ground. Because one thing I noticed last year is when you're calling at one and he's gobbling back at you, that is hard to beat. So I spent all late winter, early spring studying maps, just like I do for duck season. I poured over Onyx, looking at some public land to go to in a state that I've never turkey hunted in before. So I kind of been talking with Aiden from Cherry Creek Outdoors. He was going to make the journey and meet me where I was. He wasn't going to be able to make it till the afternoon after season got started. So I was going to have a day and a half to just kill by myself. So I decided to get there early, 2 days before season started. The first morning I woke up after spending the night there, I got really disheartened. I walked outside and it was about 30 degrees and the wind was blowing about 20 miles an hour out of the north. Now where I'm from, that is not good for turkey hunting. Stout winds, really cold. After it had been warm a week before I got there, and then this huge cold front hit. I was really doubting it at this point. But I got up anyway, rode the roads, and started kind of going to all these places I had marked on the map. Right off the bat, we hear turkeys. You hear them kicking in? A lot of people say for some reason they think turkeys only kiki in the fall, but we just found a good group of turkeys over here and they're kikiing like crazy. Let's see, he's on. Well, that's a good sign. So we're just riding the roads, riding around. Crow. So we're just riding the roads, riding all around, riding all the spots we had marked on the map, and every spot we're stopping, there's turkeys. So by this point, I'm starting to get fired up. My negative thoughts on the wind and all that starting to fade away. I'm seeing turkeys breeding in the road ditches. Oh, gobbler, he's baiting in. There's about 7 gobblers in that field. There's some more gobblers in the back. Make that about 9 or 10 gobblers. It's insane. Man. Oh yeah, they're gobblers. 3 gobblers. There's more right here strutting out in the green. We were stopped looking at 3 gobblers walking across here, and I look out in front of the car and there's 2 more blowed up in the other field. So there's 5 gobblers within 100 yards of us right now. Just about everywhere I go, I'm seeing lots of turkeys. Now the one downside to all this is everywhere that I'm seeing turkeys is either next to a parking lot, in a parking lot, or in the middle of the road. So I knew anybody else that were riding around looking for turkeys was seeing these turkeys too. And also these turkeys were going to be hard to hit. I mean, obviously they're going to see you if you park anywhere near. Just the way the access was, a lot of these turkeys were going to be hard to get on. But we just kept riding around looking, seeing all the beautiful country, trying to piece the puzzle together just like we do during duck season. I'd found this huge ridge. I'm talking about I could see for miles off this thing. I couldn't even tell you how far I could see or how far I could hear a turkey gobble, but I knew this was going to be a good place to go try to roost one the night on season eve, the night before season open. Unfortunately, where I'd seen a lot of turkeys, I seen 5 or 6 trucks coming out of this one spot. There was 2 or 3 trucks coming down the road I was sitting on. I knew it was going to be pretty chaotic on opening day. So the next morning, I ride to a spot where I'd seen the most turkeys, and there was like 5 different trucks in this one little area. I mean, this was like 200 acres that these people were going to be hunting on. It was chaos. It was like opening day of duck season in Arkansas. You didn't want to mess with that. So I rode to the other spot, which was way out of the way. It was good and daylight by the time I got there, and I just parked where there wasn't an access, and I'd been seeing these turkeys cross the road. There was nobody in there because there wasn't a parking lot. If you didn't see these turkeys like I had the previous 2 days, you probably wouldn't think anything about it, which is probably why those turkeys were in there. So I just pulled off the side of the road. Don't get stuck to parking lots. If the law allows you to park off the side of the road, you know, think about that, because a lot of people aren't, and I noticed that firsthand from this trip. But immediately, as soon as I opened the car door, oh, I heard him out there gobbling. So we take off. I mean, we're running through these gullies. I mean, these are basically mountains without trees. Terrain killed us. Not knowing the area is huge. The way the accesses were, you either kind of had to be on one side of this huge creek or the other, and you couldn't cross it. Well, guess what? First day, turkey's on this side of the creek, I'm on the other. Get over there the next morning, hit a call. Oh, other side of the creek where I was the day before. So that's just turkey hunting. We just couldn't seal the deal. In comes Aiden from Cherry Creek Outdoors.
There's definitely a few gobblers out there. See that one in the back? I'm wondering if, I mean, he looks like a TOMS still, but I'm wondering if that would be a bird that would be callable, because he's kind of like away from the group. Like maybe he got beat up or something.
That's the kind we want.
Yeah.
Dejected and feeling sorry for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, Jake. They're gonna mess me up.
What am I supposed to do?
Oh, we need to go after that one sun gun's out there.
Okay. I don't know what those turkeys are messing. I wanted to park there, so alright, we're gonna park over this hill, which I didn't want to do, but we're gonna have to like go the long way in. But I think we got it.
I want to shoot that.
We're gonna have to be quick though.
We're gonna get out there and go yum yum yum. He's going pow, and then he's gonna come running in there. You don't think we could make it straight to that willow or whatever?
Well, the thing is, it's super flat. Those turkeys were moving pretty good. They're trying to get this way, the ones that Tom.
Yeah.
So I'm just worried, like, we could maybe make it to that clump. I don't know if we'd make it to that ground before they saw us.
Yeah. That's your call, man. If it was me, I would be ultra aggressive and go for it, but I don't know how these turkeys see up here, you know. You just said it's busted you a bunch, so
Yeah.
maybe best to go down there.
Well, I don't like that smoke, that's for sure.
Well, let's just go for it.
Let's just go for it. All right. Running and gunning. Step one, make it to the spot. We made it. Good thing we run cross country.
Yeah. You do. I'm after it.
Interception type deal. Turkeys should come from over here, like that tree line. In the past, they've roasted mink right there. I couldn't tell, it sounded pretty far away.
Oh, he either is fired up or something just shot the crap out of him.
Oh, he might be fired up.
You don't think he's going in the trees over there, do you?
Oh, I don't know, I hope not.
You think that's somebody?
That kind of sounds like somebody. He's gotta pop over any second. He should pop over real soon. Yeah, I see him.
Dude, that was freaking awesome, son.
That was awesome.
Dude, they were gobbling right there.
Yeah.
That's what I like about turkey hunting. Oh.
I was like, please take the shot.
Man, I was making.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I was good with you. I mean, you were pretty close.
Yeah, I was pretty close, but
I checked it 3 or 4 times. I was like, he's definitely out of the way enough.
it was worth it.
Get them on film any?
Not when they were behind us, but when they were in front of us at like 10 yards, yeah.
I couldn't see them.
Oh, really? I just thought you were letting them come closer, like duck hunting. Like, just keep letting them come.
No, I couldn't. Dude, there was like a lip right there. I couldn't see them until they got past us. So I could hear them drumming.
Oh, shoot. I didn't realize you couldn't see him.
My freaking heart was pounding.
Well, after they got past us, I was like, oh, maybe he couldn't see him, but because they were like right there, 10 or 15 yards. Jake's shaking. Can barely fill his tag out. I'd cross, but I'm not wearing water boots.
Oh my gosh.
There he is, man.
I'm still shaking, man.
That's what it's all about.
Dude, that is exactly what it's about.
Dude, they're like 12 yards in front of us.
Their drumming was so loud.
It was. Dude, I can't believe that's your first turkey. I'm so happy to be
Man.
part of that, man.
Dude, I'm glad for you to be a part of it. The first afternoon, brother.
Didn't take long, hey.
They were gobbling like right there, 15 yards.
See this boy.
Man, not just a giant beard, but he's got some good spurs. Decent spurs, anyway.
Oh yeah. He's an adult for sure.
Oh yeah, maybe a 30. I didn't even check. See, yeah, he's a Rio.
Okay. And that's the lighter.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this gold tan.
Okay, yeah.
Eastern, but a lot more black.
Okay.
Boy, it's 2 things, man. It's hard to look at mallard drakes, and it's hard to look at a turkey gobbling and not see God, man. It's just, I mean, it's hard. When you see something that beautiful and awesome, and just the gobble on them, it's just kind of like looking at mountains. You just feel the divineness to it, you know, that's above what you're able to do. And I sure appreciate you putting me on this beautiful bird, man. What happened was me and Aiden were just kind of riding around. I just got here, we both got here about 4:30. We left the house at 5, and we were just riding around looking at these fields, and Aiden seen them over here, and Aiden called it. He said, let's set up facing this way on this point. And like, I was like, there's no way I'd do this if it was just me. I thought they were gonna come like this, but he called it big time. And that just comes from not hunting up here and not knowing how these turkeys use these ridges and fields and stuff. But he come just like Aiden said he was gonna come, or it was 2 of them actually. And they were far on us, too far. And they were actually heading towards this clump. And we hit them one last time, and they gobbled right there, and they started coming. But unfortunately, there's like this lip. If Aiden pans over there, he can show you kind of that high spot in the green.
Yeah, so Jake was right there, and there's that lip right to the right of that tree. And I could see him because I was on that higher tree.
And
Jake
you're like
couldn't.
7 foot tall.
There's that.
Aiden like towers over everything out here. Little short me's like, where are they? But no, they were behind that lip, and I could hear them just drumming, boom. And then they gobbled one more time right out there, like, pow. And I was like, oh, they done got down here. I didn't even know they were that far. And then I looked up, I leaned up, and I was not positioned right. And I seen their heads, and then I heard them fly across this creek. And when they did that, I knew that they were about to get behind us and get on. And so I just leaned up. Aiden was like right in my line of shot. He like leans over like this. So I don't think he got the turkey kill on camera, but he was just ducking for his life there. I made sure he was good though, and pulled the trigger, and luckily he dropped. I never would have thought my first turkey was gonna be a Rio, but So I was sitting right here.
Yeah, I'm seeing your spot. Yeah.
And those turkeys come from this ridge out here, this high ridge. They were across the road over there, and they were walking that ridge, and we got on them pretty good. It sounded like they were going to those trees. And then we seen them break that ridge and start coming this way, and they tried to go to this clump, what we call one more time. That was insane. That was just epic. I loved every bit of that. The way those two turkeys come in there, gobbling at 30 yards. I scratched in the leaves. I just didn't want to call. They were too close, so I did an old woodsman trick, scratching the leaves. Didn't think I'd get to use that in the wide open spaces I was in. But as soon as I did that, they blow up, strut, and both of them gobble. At that point, I was shaking like a leaf. I was so jacked up, I couldn't even fill out my tag. When you call a gobbler in like that and have him hammering and coming to the call, gobbling back at you and strutting out there and drumming, I mean, that's just fun, and that is hard to beat. It's very similar to what I get out of duck hunting. It is an awesome thing to get out and do in the spring. And I'm so glad that I got to kill my first turkey with Aiden. He helped me tremendously, so huge shout out to him for helping me get on my first turkey. That was just an amazing experience that I hope, Lord willing, I'll never forget. If you haven't ever got after turkeys, I encourage you to do it. It's really hard to get into, so I suggest getting with somebody that knows what they're doing. But it is fun. It's a lot of woodsmanship. It's a lot of using terrain. It's a lot of map study. It's everything that we love about hunting. And when it goes down, buddy, it's fun. But that wasn't the end of this trip. We continued to get on the turkeys after this. The weather conditions turned bad, but that didn't stop the turkeys. Be looking in the next few days for the next video. Aiden dropped his first turkey of the trip, and that was a crazy story. I've never seen or heard of a turkey hunt like it, so you're gonna want to stick around for that. It was insane. Hey, I love you, and Lord willing, I'll catch you next time right here on Chasing Green.